approaching that already.
Right.
So we'll probably surpass that in a lot of areas. We said locally higher amounts, and that's certainly going to be the case. I'm very impressed, but I'm not surprised with how intense this storm is. The waters off of the coastline are very warm. The contrast between the landmass and the water, huge temperature gradient there, and that's driving this storm out there, and it is intense. We're having reports of thunder snow down through the Outer Banks and very intense heavy snow bands pushing up and over much of Hampton Roads. We started briefly as a wintry mix yesterday evening, a couple hours after sunset. What that did was lay the groundwork for a sheet of ice under the snow, and now we have several inches. In fact, over a half a foot already reported in a lot of areas through Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and into Norfolk as well. And you can see here from the last couple of hours, it's not winding down anytime soon. The storm itself still rapidly intensifying, only a couple hundred miles to the east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, as that classic comma shape of a developing nor'easter has a moisture fetch off the Atlantic, and it's throwing all of that up and over land that is very, very cold, with temperatures at well below freezing out there. In fact, everybody in the 20s now, not even teetering on the line of a wintry mix. Everybody is all snow out there this morning. 28 in Hampton, 30 in Elizabeth City, and the wind that probably woke a lot of you up. It's picking up the light powdery snow and blowing it around. Whiteout conditions likely, and that's why we have the blizzard warnings up for everybody in coastal locations. A recent wind gust of 39 in Melfa, 37 Norfolk, 35 in Currituck. But look at Duck out there on the pier, a 55-mile-per-hour recent wind gust, nearly 50 out in Virginia Beach down to Elizabeth City. Of course, the winds will be stronger in coastal locations coming in off of the water. There's less friction there to slow them down. Here's outlooks on live radar closer to downtown Norfolk. You over to Great Bridge, south into Chesapeake. Moderate to heavy snow bands pushing from the east, moving west and farther inland. That's been the trend all evening and overnight. Up along the peninsula, a little bit lighter at times, but still some snow piling up there, and down through the eastern shore, more of the same along 13. South side getting over the border into North Carolina. All snow for you in Elizabeth City, over to Belvedere, Lynch's Corner, Moyock, Knott's Island as well. Maybe a little bit of sleet mixing on in South Outer Banks, but the bands are so intense there that we're seeing even some lightning signatures there on the radar. That's just the intensity of the storm as it continues to bottom out. Winter storm warnings up for everybody, but all coastal areas under that blizzard warning right on through this afternoon. What exactly does that mean? Here's Iisha with more.
You know what? Yeah, that blizzard warning, it certainly feels like it out here. And obviously with the blizzard, let's talk about what that means. So as we pull up the graphic here, a blizzard warning, keep in mind when we talk snow totals, it doesn't have anything to do with snow totals, believe it or not. It's more so of the winds and its effect on visibility. So when it comes to a blizzard, winds or gusts to 35 miles per hour or more, and that will actually bring visibilities down to a quarter of a mile or less for 3 hours. And that's what we've been seeing across the area this morning. All right, let's talk about what we can expect as we go through the next 6 hours or so. The snow, it's going to continue. So if you do have to be outside, be careful on the roadways. I advise that you stay indoors, because look at these numbers. We're going to fall as we approach, say, the 7, 8 o'clock hour back into the mid to upper 20s. The snow continues through the morning, but will start to taper off later on in the morning. We'll say closer to lunchtime or so. So the snow will start to taper off by then. And then by this afternoon, it just turns downright cold into the overnight hours. So again, if you do have to head out this morning, take it easy on the roadways. If you don't, just stay inside. I'm actually trying to keep the snow off of my face here. But Tim, what can we expect as we go through the rest of the week and into the weekend?
You know, Iisha, with a fresh snow cover out there tonight, we're going to see those air temperatures drop down into the single digits. You add into that the gusts that'll still be up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Talking wind chill values 5 to 10 below tonight. And it doesn't get warmer anytime soon. In fact, that snow not melting probably until the end of the weekend and in early next week. Lots of sunshine and temperatures in the 20s through the weekend.